Hey guys, what is up and welcome to Road to Rare episode 14. Thank you guys for the support on the last episode. We managed to hit 1,000 views for the first time. If you guys are enjoying the videos, if you could hit that subscribe button, it is much appreciated, and don't forget to like the video. Today we have what I would say is probably close to the biggest purchase yet, and I'm pretty excited to show you guys what we've got. We've got the rewards from the weekend, which was a bit of a stinky one. We've got some essence crafts. And then I also wanted to mention, I've had about 15 of you guys that have joined the Discord so far. So if you guys want to join, have a chat to me, put your lineups in and show me your best scores, then don't forget to click the link down below in the description and join the Discord. Let's get into the lineups from the weekend. So moving into the lineups from the weekend, we have had our worst game week ever. Off the back of my best game week ever, it has just completely done a massive U-turn. In our first team in Division 1, everyone saw it on Twitter. You probably saw me quite annoyed about it. You know, you can't do much about it. But with Liverpool versus Everton being postponed, my Division 1 team from the start was just absolutely shocking. I was banking on Saka and Odegaard doing something, but unfortunately, I think we finished, it was somewhere around 295th and 279th upwards got relegated. So Saka and Odegaard not doing anything has not helped that at all. So we are now in Division 2 for that team. Moving into the second team, De Bruyne is shocking against Crystal Palace. City just can't seem to get it going. Haaland managed to bag a goal as captain, so that's not too bad. Saliba once again with a goal as well in back-to-back game weeks. Raya unfortunately couldn't keep a clean sheet. And Bruno Fernandes with an error led to goal and scoring a goal only with a score of 52. And then into my final team for the Premier League. I went to go see this game, you guys might have seen. I was really confident that we could beat Spurs. Even when we were 2-0 down, just something about Spurs at the moment. You know, it's just such a Spursy thing that they would go 2-0 up inside 8 minutes and then still manage to lose 4-3. But watching Cole Palmer chip their keeper was just the best thing ever. Enzo managing to get a nice volley goal. Caicedo winning a penalty from an absolutely stupid challenge that just didn't need to be made. Cucurella with both the errors led to goal, but somehow getting an assist. And Robert Sanchez once again stinking up the gaff and doing absolutely shocking. But we did manage to win $10 from this lineup, which isn't too bad. And we've now been promoted into Division 2, which means we have 3 lineups in Division 2 going into the weekend, which isn't the worst, it isn't the best, but we will take it. Moving into La Liga, this is just as bad. So the rare team did shocking. Rodrigo, who I thought was going to start this weekend, then went and got injured just before the game or wasn't fit to start. Nico Williams didn't do anything because he came off the bench. Valverde had a stinker. Rudiger didn't do very well either. And Peña conceding 2 goals to Betis meant that we got relegated into Division 3. It really was a weekend of relegation. And then we had 2 teams in La Liga Division 1. And as you guys guessed, we managed to get relegated. We were about 2 to 3 places off being relegated out of this. Rafinha once again just doing what he does, managing to get a decisive and as captain, you know, getting that 118 points. Lewandowski got a nice goal, but unfortunately Caicedo and Martinez, along with Peña, conceding 2 goals, just did not do enough. And we're now in Division 2, which seems to be my favourite division going into this weekend. In my second Division 1 lineup, you guessed it again, we got relegated again. We are in Division 2. Rodrigo as captain didn't start. Bellingham smashing it. I should have made him my captain, then I would have stayed in. Courtois getting 100 as a goalkeeper was insane. Rudiger and Valverde, as we mentioned before. To be fair, they didn't do too bad, but not good enough to keep me in the division. And then going into my third Division 2 lineup that was already there is the La Liga boys. Griezmann as captain getting 2 goals. Yamal getting an assist. Rodrigo with a goal, but Oblak unfortunately conceding 3 goals. And Longley, obviously in defence, didn't do very well either. Which means for both Premier League and La Liga going into this week, we have 3 teams in each in Division 2. So watch out because I'm coming back for that Division 1. I'm hoping to get at least 1 in each season promoted again. But I absolutely just had the worst game week imaginable. Moving into Bundesliga, in Division 1, we managed to pick up dollars. Musiala as captain with 2 goals. That was a good choice there. Florian Wirtz did well. Grimaldo conceding. Once again, Leverkusen just can't stop conceding. Although it didn't make a difference because Grimaldo was already subbed off. Just didn't have the best game. Mamouche unfortunately couldn't get decisive, but had good AA for a striker considering he got a score of 63. And Galashki, who we picked up last week because Neuer was injured, managing to get a score of 77 on his debut. And we managed to pick up 399 points, which is pretty good. And then into my next Bundesliga team, we managed to get promoted to Division 2 thanks to Schlotterbeck getting 95 points, Kimmich smashing it as captain and getting a decisive, and Elise getting a score of 106. Unfortunately, Garassi couldn't get a decisive. There was a point before Dortmund, I think it was Gross, gave away a penalty where I was actually first with this lineup towards the back end of the week, and I was pretty excited because that would have saved this absolutely horrific game week. But unfortunately, we only managed to get promotion and $20. And then the third team in Division 3, as you can see, Jamie Gittens is absolutely just consistently smashing it and looks really good and should hopefully get an England call up sometime next year. As captain did well. And Mencha, who I just picked up, did okay. Hincape not doing great. Jonathan Tarr just picking up the decisive, and Hiradaki in goal. Can't keep a clean sheet, save his life. And then into Champion. Division 1, we've actually managed to hold. The lineup was weird. Kim and J captain was probably a terrible choice, and putting Shuameni in there was just terrible as well. No cash one there. In Division 2, we're getting relegated thanks to Liverpool, and it doesn't even look like Onana started with an error led to goal and conceding 3 goals. But yeah, the less we say about that, the best. And then Division 4 with the Man City boys, if Pope in goal, nothing too exciting there. But that is me. Let's get into the rewards. So guys, once again, my rewards have bugged out. I've tried to open it up. I'm not going to show that because it will spoil the 2 rare purchases that I've made. We picked up about £30 cash, which is about $45. Absolutely shocking week. I've managed to pick up about £100 consistently since the start of the season. So this is by far my worst week. We have got 8 boxes though, which always gives us a chance of picking up some essence. And hopefully we can do some more 20 essence crafts. And we're going to get straight into our first one after opening the first box. It would be nice if we could get 2 here. Let's get the first one open. Hopefully this isn't too loud. Give us a high serial number because we have not been lucky. I'm going to turn that volume off so I don't deafen you guys. 385 is not bad. I did not see the country. It's a Girona midfielder. And it is, I don't even know who that is, and I used to have a Girona stack. It is Donny van der Beek. That is actually not a bad one. We've got the cool Christmas card, so I'm pretty happy with that. Not a bad pull at all. We're going to go straight back into the boxes, and hopefully we can pick up 20 essence so we can do another craft. Unfortunately, week after week, we can't even get close to getting that 20 essence just to get a rare pull. But this week we should have 2 very competitive teams going into the Liga. So fingers crossed we can get a lot closer. So far we've picked up quite low amounts of essence. We'll take 6 essence there. That's kind of one of the best that you can get out of this 3-star box. So I will always take that. 3 there. None of the boxes are going to be high stars compared to usual, because usually we're at the top of Division 1 and Division 2. But this team, this week, the best rewards were coming out of the lower divisions. That is 19. So we need 1 essence out of this last box, out of a 1-star box. Can't wait for it to give me a market credit. And we managed to get 1 essence. So here we go. 7 craft. Can we finally get something good? I mean, I say finally, we have had Heung-min Son earlier in the season. But 456, that is a good serial number. And then I've seen USA. Defender, Robinson. If this is Robinson, I'm going to be fuming. It is Robinson. The player that stopped me getting a Division 1 a couple of weeks back. But nonetheless, I will actually take that. That is a sick craft. At least I can use him. As you can see, he's got that high green score there. The week where I got knocked off top spot when no one thought I was even close to getting knocked off. But Anthony Robinson is a pretty good pickup. Let's get into the return on investment update so far. So guys, this is the reward so far. I'm going to chuck £30 in that we got this weekend. That's before I've sold Robinson and Donny van der Beek, which should manage to get me about £8 to £9 back, which is not bad from 40 essence in total. That puts us, it's not going to update that one. It's going to be £30 plus here, so I'm just going to add £30 up here so you guys can see. So we're at 48.5%. I've updated it for each player so you can see the return on investment. Manchester City somehow has a 54.69% return on investment, which is really good considering that they just haven't really been in form all season. I think this is mostly due to Haaland, but we'll look at the per player in a moment. Arsenal, 77%, they've been doing very well. Once again, mostly due to Saka. Then Liverpool, we are now in profit thanks to Mo Salah. 150% return on investment from that Liverpool stack. So if you guys brought all the Liverpool players that I brought at the start of the season, you would have made £200. You would have made an extra 50% on your investment, which I think is pretty cool. Real Madrid, still at 20%. We haven't really got many good rewards from them. And then the investment was so hefty since we picked up every single player from that club. Then Barcelona, 36%. This is due to Rafinha and Yamal carrying us and the fact we didn't spend as much as Real Madrid. Atletico, 26%. Bayern Munich at 66%. And then Dortmund, Leverkusen have been awful for me. Leverkusen aren't continuing their form from last season. Chelsea has been pretty good for me, considering I've managed to return 64%. A third of the way through the season is mostly due to Caicedo and Cole Palmer. Then Spurs have been very stagnant at 55%. They haven't really had any fixtures where I just want to play them and can feel like they can get a clean sheet. And also half my Spurs players are now injured. And then from Champion, the random players we are 10%, with Essence managing to pull us in about £243 so far this year. I wanted to quickly go into the player-by-player breakdown to look at some of the best. So Edison has managed to return us £103, which is pretty insane. Haaland, £191, Gavardio, £110. Then, as you can see, Raya and Saliba, I thought it was Saka and Odegaard, but Raya and Saliba combined have returned me £360. And I believe, I can go into this next tab here, I can see that they cost me £180. So I'm in profit on those two players in particular. Then Salah is always in my best lineups, and he's managed to return £250. Considering I spent £64 on him, that's about a 300% gain in the space of just 3 months, which for me is absolutely insane. The Real Madrid boys, there's no crazy amounts that have been rewarded back to me there. And all of the Liga, nothing special there. You can see we've already managed to return, I think, about £70 from the Liga players that we've picked up. Then looking into the Bundesliga, we've got Kimmich, Musiala and Kane, which are 3 of my favourite players, return us about £300 altogether. Then none of the other Bundesliga players have done very well. And then looking over here at Champion, Caicedo picking me up £212, thanks to that second place in Premier League Division 1. And then Cole Palmer only £24, and then the Spurs stack from early in the season. So they're the rewards so far. I'll be so curious to know if you guys think this is going quite well. We've spent 7.2 grand altogether. We've returned £3,500. Obviously, I haven't put that in my bank. That has been used to fund rare teams just for the series, just because it makes it more enjoyable. And I just want to see how much I can return. But nearly being at 50% returned by being about 35% through the season, I personally think we're absolutely smashing it, so let me know what you think. So as you guys can see from the title, we have picked up 2 massive La Liga players. The reason being is Rafinha in season costs like about £800 to £1,000 depending on when you look at the market, and Courtois costs about 800 grand as well. So instead I've managed to spend just over £600 that Premier League winnings to pick them both up classic. The Rafinha we managed to pick up for £341, which I personally think is an absolute steal. He hasn't got the best XP, but as you can see, the last one that was brought after I brought mine was for £390. So if I was to list this, because there's none on the market, I could already make £50 there. And then Courtois we picked up for £290. I'm hoping he can stay fit. I'm tempted to pick up Lunin, but as you can see, that is how much he's been going for. Managed to get quite a good deal on him as well. But this will boost our squad, so going into the weekends, we can run a full Barcelona and full Real Madrid stack and hopefully get up to Division 1 in Rare, where the big cash rewards can be won. As you can see, we've still got the rest of the players. We've got Rudiger, Camavinga, Rodrigo, Vini and Valverde from Real Madrid. And then from Barcelona, we have Martinez, Pedri, Koundé and Peña to pair with the Rafinha. We have about £250 in the budget now, so left of the rewards that we haven't spent. So I'll be curious to know what you guys think the next purchase should be. I'm going to stick with La Liga. I'm tempted to sell Gazaniga, pick up a slightly better La Liga goalkeeper, so I can always guarantee running those 2 teams. And I'd like to build into a third, as we've got quite a few players now. And let's get into the teams for the Champions League. So boys, to close out the video, I wanted to show you my teams for the Champions League. Unfortunately, I'm filming this on Wednesday because I had a Christmas party yesterday at my place. I know it's pretty early, but hey ho. So the Real Madrid boys played yesterday. They won 3-2. Rodrigo came on early because Mbappe was injured. And Vinny Jr. picking up a goal and assist. Unfortunately, Rudiger had an absolute stinker. Valverde, I captained because I didn't know if Rodrigo or Vinny would even start. And he also had a stinker. And then Courtois doing all right considering they conceded two goals. But this team is not going to get a reward this week. If you guys wait till Friday, you'll find out where this Barcelona team finishes. But I can confirm every player is starting. I'm really looking forward to it. We've got Rafinha captain. Then we've gone for double defence of Martinez and Koundé. Pedri in midfield and Peña in goal. The reason we've gone for this team, I don't have any more of the midfielders or attackers. You know, Yamal, Lewandowski are quite expensive. Lewandowski I don't want to pick up because he's old, injury prone, and it just feels like such a big risk. Whereas Rafinha is a bit younger. I'm going to literally lean into my screen and I think he's about 27, 28. My eyesight's not that great. So that's why I went with these players. Then moving into the in-season limited, you can see Grimaldo did quite well for Leverkusen, but Florian Wirtz had an absolute shocker as captain. We've got the Arsenal boys who I haven't seen the lineup yet, but hopefully are all starting. We've then got this team here. Oblak has somehow conceded. I did not see that coming. Kim Min-jae got a score of 70, Musiala 97, and Kimmich only 96 of captaincy. So neither of these teams are probably going to get in the rewards, but wait till Friday to see what happens. Moving into this team, this was an alright team. We've still got Haaland to play. Salah managed to get a goal. Arnold did alright. You know, they got a clean sheet. Unfortunately, didn't get the decisive. Bellingham smashing it once again. I'm going to have to make sure I put him in my best teams on the upcoming weekend. We then also have a full Dortmund team, which I did not realise I've played in season. No, I haven't played in season. This is in Classic. So we've got the full Dortmund team against Barcelona. I'm hoping Barcelona smash Dortmund. I do not care about this team whatsoever. This is just there in case, for whatever reason, Dortmund somehow managed to get a 1 or 2-0 win against Barcelona. I would much rather Barcelona with this rare team absolutely smash Dortmund. But I can't see it happening, especially since they're away from home. Moving into the last two Classic teams, we've got Kylian Mbappe, Vinny, Van Dijk, Valverde and Alisson Becker. Picking up 442 points. This should finish in a card reward place. So stay tuned to see where we finish with that one. We then have this team which absolutely infuriates me. All three of these guys are starting. Elise picked up a score of 112. Elise was the captain that I chose for this team. So I do not know why it's Upamecano. You know, that's literally another 20, 30 points that I've missed out on there. And then the team could have absolutely smashed in Classic. But nonetheless, Upamecano managed to pick up a score of, 60 odd. So we'll take it. It's not too bad. It could have been worse. And then finally, we're going to look at the special teams. So these are the teams where you don't get the captaincy bonus. It's just purely off of score. Lino is currently on a score of 93 and Griezmann on 101. And they've both been substituted off. And we're currently in the cash here. Courtois did all right. Rudiger did shocking. So Gvardiol, if he can get a big score, we should be able to finish in the cash here. And then this is probably the most exciting lineup I have left, the one that I'm hoping can do something. We've got Yamal, Pedri, and then Ruben Dias and Ederson. I risked Ederson because I just kind of had a good feeling he was going to start. It made no sense since he hasn't played the Premier League games that he would then not get the Champions League game. And Diaz picking up I think he got a penalty 1. So getting a score of 73 is not bad when you're playing double striker. Thank you guys very much for watching. If you guys want to win some cards on Sorare, some special edition Christmas cards, check out my Twitter in the link below. Every evening I've been putting up a card to win, and I'll be doing the same again tonight. All you got to do is like the most recent YouTube video, you know, comment, get involved, and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys on Friday with, fingers crossed, some good rewards after the last weekend we had, and the lineups for 500 teams in Division 2.